Lord. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Caroline Hutchison with Medina Media Productions, and I am so excited to start offering these social media classes to help my friends and followers and freaks out there that are trying to grow their business with some new fun ideas and topics. This is going to be our weekly session. I'm going to record these, put them in a nice little playlist for your educational and entertainment value. You can go back and watch later if you don't catch something, slow it down. Look at the slides I've created to retain the information a little better if you'd like. And feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, and tell your friends to do the same because this is going to be fun. You're not going to want to miss this. So my name is Caroline. If you don't know me, I own Medina Media Productions here in Frederick, Maryland. And we basically specialize in social media content management. So I help people grow their business online. One of my favorite things to do is share the things I've learned and be able to empower other people to learn together. So you have to excuse me as people are joining. I'm going to be bopping in and out, adding them into the session. So please forgive me. I might end up making somebody a co-host in the future so they can monitor questions and stuff. Blaze, I'm going to nominate you today. All right, so our first topic today is going to be hashtags. Everybody knows what a hashtag is. They see it all the time. Our old school people may refer to it as a pound sign. And I'm going to just say that it is not a pound sign. We call it a hashtag now. And a hashtag does a lot of things for technology. So on the back end of every platform, we are using hashtags, same as a keyword. A keyword is something that tells your post or your followers or people looking for you online what your post is about. So without using hashtags, it's really, really hard for people to find your posts, honestly. So the post is a way to identify, or the hashtag is a way to identify your post or video and tell everybody what is going on in that video. So when you hashtag something, if you click on the hashtag, it will actually pull up all the other posts on that platform that have that hashtag in them. You can also follow hashtags. So if you're someone looking to grow your business in, the hair salon world, you could look up certain hashtags that are in that industry, follow those hashtags, and start looking at different followers and people doing stuff similar to what you're trying to do. The benefit of that would be that you can emulate what they're doing. You can also look at the people following them and try to get the attention of those same followers by commenting on their posts, liking people's posts, but the hashtags will help you find people that are trying to tell the same story you're telling online, right? And it'll also help identify your posts, like I said. Keywords on your website,
Caroline,
same as a hashtag. Yes.
I have a quick question as far as regarding hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any benefit or drawback to having more or less hashtags on, like, for example, a YouTube video? Because I've read articles that state both, that you should only have 3 to 5, and I've also read articles that say you should max it out. So is there any benefit or drawback to having more or less?
Actually, that's an awesome question. And it kind of changes like every single week I've seen. So some of the times that hashtags were really, really, really popular and were working really well was like in 2020, for instance, during COVID. You could put like 30 hashtags in a post and it would get you a lot more likes and a lot more interaction with people. Now I see if you put like 30 hashtags in a post, I would put like 2 or 3 hashtags in a post and then put the rest of your hashtags in the comments below. It does the same exact thing if it's in the comments field, but it doesn't get your post suppressed as much. What I think is happening is that the algorithm on space, especially on Facebook and Instagram on Meta, it is seeing that people are kind of over hashtagging and suppressing those posts and like kind of looking at them as spam a little bit.
Caroline, should you vary your quantity of hashtags per platform as well? Does that matter?
Yeah, and some platforms like Twitter have a really limited amount of, characters that you can put in the field. So you definitely want to be more calculated in how you're using all those characters. And also if you put in hashtags that are not relative to the post just to try to get clickbait, which a lot of people do, it doesn't work. I mean, it might work for like one time to get a couple of random like clicks and stuff, but realistically, if your post is not related to the hashtags that you have in it, people are going to unfollow you and they're going to be like, this has nothing to do with what I followed you for, you know? So it's kind of like clickbait. It might work for a quick, fancy little few minutes, but ultimately, if your goal is to get organic engagement, you would rather have 10 solid followers that are actual potential clients than 30 people that came there by accident. You know what I mean? That makes sense. Did that answer your question? Because it really does change. I mean, I would say using tools like looking at your analytics, looking at what's performing the best and seeing what your followers like is probably the best meter for what works, because your followers, Barb with an HVAC company, are going to be different than Blaze's followers with biking and photography and stuff. You know what I mean? So totally different marketplace, totally different end user. And probably different platforms you're going to be reaching your client too. So it depends on what platform you're using, how many hashtags and keywords, and also trial and error. Don't be afraid to try something and see if it works. The biggest thing is kind of like what we were just talking about. Don't put something in there that's not relevant. So what is your why? Every single post you put out there should have a very specific story to it, a very specific reason. Don't just post something just for no reason, especially on a business page. It should either be one of three things. You should be giving away a gift or a promotion or something, right? So some kind of gift could be literally the posts I was doing this week. I was giving information about my class. So the posts I was doing were telling people about the benefits of joining me today, why you should be joining me. It had a purpose. The other thing you can do is be educational. So you can give a gift, you can be educational, give away some information about your skill set, some information and knowledge to people, but have it be very targeted and like reason for posting it. And then always, you can always have fun. I mean, posting something about your dog, posting something funny, resharing a funny meme, but also make it relevant to your business. So post, if it's an HVAC company, Barb, post a funny meme about HVAC or snow or something relative to your business still, but make it stand out, but also kind of identifying your goal at the same time, if that makes sense. So don't just post for no reason. Post with purpose is what I always tell people. And the best marketing doesn't feel like marketing. So if you look at your statistics, these are old statistics, but if you look at these, the videos that I posted that were fun, like it was relevant to what I was trying to talk about, but the videos and the posts that were more just like had entertainment value always perform the best, 100%. And I think that marketing should feel like you're not selling somebody something, but you're telling them a story. And one of the things I'm really good at is tagging people and trying to find ways to collaborate with other businesses online. So, and you can do that in any industry, whether it's something you're wearing in the picture that you're posting, a product you're talking about, a place you're at where you're taking the picture. You can always tag the person in the post, check in where you're at. So put the location on there, and try to get them to share your post, right? So let's say in this picture specifically, I had all these different products that I was wearing. Okay. If I tag these people and even just one of them share my post, look at most of these people have like millions or at least thousands and thousands more followers than I do. So that's a really good way. And that's how I organically grew my following on Instagram, was by tagging people, getting them to share my posts, getting myself to show up in their story. It's just an organic way to get connected with people. And usually you have multiple clients in every post and you're just not thinking that way when you post it. Whether it's the place you're at, the things you're wearing, or the people you're trying to reach, you can tag someone in almost every post if you really think about it. Get outside of the box a little bit how you're posting. Does anybody have any questions about what that means by tagging somebody? I know it's not difficult, but sometimes it's like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? How do I tag someone? So if I posted a picture and I was in a bar and I'm like, I'm gonna have a nice glass of bourbon today, and I know it's Buffalo Trace, you know, I can take that picture versus just posting a picture in the bar. I can post a picture in the bar, tag the booze I'm drinking, and make sure that a couple of people see my name, even if Buffalo Trace saw my post come up and they liked it or commented a heart emoji on it because I tagged them. that would do a ton for me on the back end of my algorithm, because Buffalo Trace probably is a huge brand with millions of followers, and their traction will just become my traction, just like that.
So I do have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to tag people that you know, or like, for example, what if we tag somebody that, we see they have a lot of followers, but they don't personally know us or use our service? Would that be, I don't know, uncool or?
Good or bad? I mean,
Yeah.
let's think about it the other way.
Okay.
Let's say that there's a person in a random coffee shop and they saw your business card on the wall and they picked it up, and they randomly that day had a problem with their HVAC thing, and they took a picture of it and they posted it and they tagged you in it. You don't know them, right? You
Right.
don't know them, but they're a potential client. They found you somehow. So the idea is more that that's exactly what you want to do. Like, you want to tag people that don't know you, that don't know you, because then they're gonna know you, right? That's kind
Okay.
of the idea. And it's not like you're soliciting them for anything. You're just giving them a little shout out by tagging them, or by saying, hey, thanks, this is such a great product. Or, man, I love this place. I love coming here for lunch. Thanks for always having good food. You know, you're not really, it's not like you're offending them or something. You're just
Right.
them,
Yeah.
and you're
I-
helping their
I
business by
wouldn't-
tagging them. 100% helping
Worst
them.
that can happen is they'll untag you, Barb.
Yeah, that's the worst
No,
thing.
no sweat.
Tag you.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
offensive. Yep. And
Yeah.
even bigger than that, like for the algorithm side of it and the technology side of it, for them, that helps them a lot. It helps them come up better
Okay.
in search results. So absolutely tag people you love and know, because you're only helping their business. And then maybe they'll start tagging you in their posts and they'll start doing the same thing for you.
Right. Right. Okay.
I
Yeah,
had
I
a
wasn't
bit of
sure
a,
if there
I had a
was
bit of a
like,
question as well.
Yeah, go ahead, Connor, right?
Apologies, and I also want to say hello to Barb. I haven't seen you in a
hi,
while, Barb.
Connor. I haven't seen you in a while.
When she said HVAC and said Barb, I was like, "There's no way." That's awesome. Good to see you. I had a question about the difference between maybe like a Facebook tagging versus Instagram. Now, I tag a lot of people in my Instagram posts. I kind of try and use the similar platforms. Like I share my posts from Instagram to my multi sources of TikTok and Facebook. Sometimes I wonder if I should just create a separate post each time, because are those tags flowing over or are they not? And then, when using Facebook, I guess I'm a little less savvy with that and more with the Instagram. Do I tag every single thing? Like I just did a post the other day about, anyone that I did business with during the year of like a collaboration video. Now on Instagram, I tagged as many people as I possibly can, which, I could have did 40, but the max is 20. On Facebook, should I list at bunch of businesses in the comments or in the underscore of the reel, or whichever?
Well, that's a very loaded question, and I love that.
Sorry, yes.
No, I love it. That's great. That's the kind of stuff I want to talk about, because those are
Yeah.
like real life problems that I run into every day too, right? So in a perfect world, everyone would have a username like Nike, where it's the same on every platform, right? You can just say Nike and it's like, obviously it's going to be the same on everywhere you go. But Barb Carr, for instance, might not have been so lucky when she selected Air Doctor. So she might have had to make her Instagram Air Doctor HVAC and her Facebook HVAC Air Doctor, for instance, right? So when you tag her on one, it doesn't translate over to the other one, and it sucks, right? The only way to do that is literally to go in and manually re-tag her on Facebook, go into the Facebook app and re-tag her on here. Unless you have a scheduling software, which I'll show you a little secret. This is not part of this training, but we'll just get a little off topic today for fun.
Cool.
So something I use is called Metricool. Metricool is similar to Hootsuite. I don't know if you've ever used Hootsuite before, but it's kind of like a sharing and scheduling software. What I love about this is that it allows me to do just like what you just said. I can tag people on different platforms and edit it for each platform. So if I wanted to post something on Facebook, I could post it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and everything. And when I post it, I can tag people on it per platform. So if I came in here, this is Metricool. This is software that I use for my clients. Basically, they're in here, their accounts all get connected. So we can be connected to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, Google, YouTube, everything in one place. So you can post to all of those platforms in one spot. And what you can do is click on edit by network. And then when you're tagging people in there, it will let you tag them by each network. So that the content you're putting in would be customized to that platform for that specific post. So if Barb's username and handle is different on Facebook, you could change it in here before you post it and schedule it out to tag her appropriately.
Gotcha.
That's really the only workaround that I found, unfortunately. Zach's on here. Zach's pretty smart. I don't know if you found any workarounds to that problem yet, Zach, but I know that's the only one that I've come up with so far.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there really is a better way. It's kind of their way of keeping things a little bit organic still, I think.
Okay.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah, definitely. I
Okay,
think the platforms are just, I guess, very different with the locational taggings and the people taggings. Sometimes Facebook, it's very difficult to do that. And then if you're in like different locations, how could I put multiple spots? Because we'll say like, person is here. Instagram, you can put a ton of them.
Yeah. And also, I mean, some platforms are different. Like YouTube, you can go in and you can tag people on YouTube now, and you couldn't in the
Oh,
past, There's a
I
lot
didn't.
of things changing constantly. Yeah. So now, it was maybe like a year ago, YouTube went from you didn't have to have an app, whatever. You could just have like a website that was your YouTube channel, and they forced everyone. And if you didn't create one, it just made a random ABC123 username for you and forced everyone into a username. So, but now you can tag people on YouTube. So with that comes a little progress, I guess. This is another thing that I love to tell people about, and this is an old slide about Canva. There's so much that you can do with Canva. I'm going to do a whole class just on Canva. That's probably going to be my topic next Friday. And I use Canva for literally for everything because it's so easy. It's so easy for me to upload my client's logo, have their font saved, have their color branding saved, and make a brand guide for that person.
The
And then
templates and format are really nice, easy to
Mm.
work with too.
Yeah, and now you have the ability to use this magic tool that will take a post. Let me show you where it's at here. I have a slide in here that shows it. It'll take a post like this and you hit the magic button and it converts it to the right size and everything. So you don't even have to do it manually. You can just click the button and it'll adjust it to the right size for you. So it took this post and I clicked the button and it made it into a story size ad. So I don't have to like resize it or have stuff cut off.
Okay.
All right, let me get back up here where I was at. So Canva's awesome. We're going to have a whole class on Canva, but if you don't have time to look into it ahead of time, just try to create an account so you can go in and use it if you're not using it right now and mess around with it. These are just some random statistics that I did some like looking into. I mean, some of these numbers are insane. So there's average of 694,000 hours of video that are being streamed by YouTube users every minute. 694,000 hours a minute. That's insane. In the first quarter of 2023, Facebook had 299 billion monthly active users. And there's only 7.8 billion people in the entire world. So even the people in little villages have freaking Facebook. It's insane. There are currently over 2.4 billion monthly active Instagram users. That platform is still the fastest growing. I've been giving statistics about Instagram for years, and Instagram is still the fastest growing platform in the world. The monthly active users estimated to reach over 2.5 billion by the end of this quarter. So I wonder where we're going to be at the end of this quarter. I did add on TikTok as a business tool because I do think that a lot of people are using TikTok more. There are more business TikTok accounts than there were several years ago. Back in 2020, I did some Instagram and TikTok comparisons. And since then, there's probably, I think 90% of my clients are asking to be on TikTok versus before none of them didn't even think about TikTok as a business tool. So if you're not on TikTok, I would suggest that you get on there and create a business account and start creating content. It's not going to hurt to do that. I do think that during COVID, a lot of people were kind of like jumping off of social media and looking at different ways to entertain themselves, looking away from their phones a little bit because they got sick of it. People were kind of forced to be online and forced to not be social. And I think that after COVID got to all of us for a little while, people got tired of the technology. We saw a huge spike and then it kind of dropped off again. And it's kind of leveled back out now. So I think we're at a little bit more of a stable place than we were in 2020 for sure, as far as growth I see for social media use and especially video. Like I was saying, tools that I would recommend, Metricool, Canva. Followers is kind of cool. There's different apps out there to see who's following you, who's not following you. And you can use that tool to like unfollow and follow people to grow your following. Google Drive is what I use for file sharing. Your first 10 gigabytes is free on Google. So if you don't want to have to use Microsoft Office and pay for that, you can use Google for free and you get sheets, you get everything that you would need. And then Zoom obviously is what we're using right now. And you can record your Zoom meetings and post them for content later, which is what I'm doing, right? This is kind of a visual representation of what the different social media platforms have. And if you look at it, it's still insane how big Facebook is as far as like how many users there are. It's not the fastest growing, but it still has the most users out of all the other platforms. Real quick, I just wanted to go over each platform statistically where I think you should be. For business, obviously, Facebook is definitely where I would start. If you don't have a Facebook page, you should have a Facebook page. If you need help with that, you should definitely let me know. I can help you. This is old. It can still post from Instagram to Facebook, but now you can use Meta to post on both of them. So it's kind of irrelevant. I really would like to do a training on Meta Business and help people troubleshoot getting their stuff connected because that's a pretty common problem that I see. The accounts aren't connected and people have an issue getting permissions or sharing, giving access to people because they don't really even realize their stuff's not connected and set up properly. This is a post I made recently with Canva. So I just wanted to flex a little bit because you can literally take like this picture I took on my cell phone of this coffee bag product, took the picture on my cell phone, used Canva to crop it out in seconds, did the background remover, right? And then you have all these like cool graphics you can use, coffee beans, little cannabis leaves and hemp seeds in the background. Those are all elements that I got from Canva for free. Well, it's not free. It's with my premium Canva thing, but you can really leverage millions and millions of pieces of media, videos, photos, unlimited potential for how you can use Canva.
I've been seeing this place a lot, the fingerboard farms around.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
me.
you. Work.
That's me. Thank you. Yeah, I do all their marketing.
Okay.
I love them. And there's, a lot of stuff you can do on YouTube that you can't do on other platforms. And YouTube is growing so much. So you can do shorts on YouTube now. There's also a YouTube community that you can get involved in. So you can post to YouTube. So you don't have to only do videos on YouTube. You can post on YouTube in the community.
Carolyn, I have a question. Would you be open to doing a training session on how to use shorts in social media? I think that would be very helpful.
Sure.
To me, something
Yeah.
I'm new to.
Yeah, I would love to if you guys have after the call today, if you want to send me an email and just put together some stuff you want to learn, I can customize our next class to go around, what you guys want to work on. That would be fun. I'd love to do that. I really have become, I just listened to this audiobook, How to Get 1 Million Followers in 30 Days on YouTube and, or in general, it's on all platforms, but I was focusing the tactics they used on YouTube. And also listen to Audible book about YouTube that Mr. Beast wrote, and that book was insane. I mean, the way that you can use YouTube and how it's adapted from, it was a dating website when it started, YouTube. And now it's this humongous monster of a way you can make passive income, build your business, grow your brand, and really leverage online marketing in a totally different way than you can on all the other platforms, in my opinion, right now, as far as branding. You have a lot more freedom on YouTube than you do on Facebook and Instagram. As long as you click on the little, this is not for children, you can pretty much post and talk about whatever you want without it getting restricted. Instagram, if you really want to grow your following after listening to that book, you definitely have to post every single day. And I would say you have to do the same thing on YouTube. You have to post a video at least once a day on YouTube. And you have to post a story maybe 5 times a day on Instagram to organically grow your following. I would say tagging at least 5 accounts is one of the top things that I would focus on. Tagging not random people, but different accounts every single time. So getting creative with who you're tagging is definitely one of the ways you can grow your following organically. This is the post I just showed you. This is another Fingerboard Farm post. I love them because they let me be like really creative and have fun with their marketing, and that's what I think makes them stand out. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Don't be a jackass, it's just fun. But it also, and the content was, don't be a jackass, buy your tickets ahead of time because we're going to sell out. We got tickets for sale. You can save $25 right now. And then that's it for today. I really didn't want to go more than 30 minutes so that everybody can just get something real quick to take for the week and try to apply these things. And, feel free to call me, email me, set up a one-to-one if you have questions that you want to cover anything offline. But I'd like to do this consistently so we can all, keep learning together. So that's it.
Great
Hope it's
stuff.
helpful. Yeah.
Thanks.
Love it. Thank you, Caroline.
Yeah, guys. It's great to see you all here. Please feel free to email me, and we'll see you next week.
See you.
Hey, look
Bye,
forward
guys.
to
Line.